made, there's so much information, I'm just gonna get well, not just how it works, how it's set up, what's the purpose, and that gives you insight into how it doesn't. I don't know if that was the purpose, but like I feel like I learned about this much and there's about this much, and now I well, that's what people used to do by the CIA. That was interesting. But the way the government is set up, you can begin to understand why they have to pay cut. But why intelligent people would set up a government that way? That, yes, it is. But that's about, I knew that much before, and let me tell you even more. Without being disrespectful. Without being disrespectful. It is.
I know that there's like a special course.
I think that class needs to be at least a semester long. I feel like we touched the scratches of the surface. And now, you know, like, I was curious before, and now I want to read everything I get my hands on.
I can recommend you should see his library. He can recommend.
Oh, well, yeah. 2 weeks, and then I began to cover it for me.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery beery beery bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Page 131 in your blue Siddur. Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Barechu Shemo, Basru Miyam Leyom, Yeshuato, Shir Ladonai, Barechu Shemo, Basru Miyam Leyom, Yeshuato. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth exalt, let the sea and all within it thunder, let the fields and everything in them exalt. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy in the presence of Adonai, who is coming to rule the earth, to rule the world justly and his peoples in faithfulness. Page 133. Zakar Kasto Adonai Malat Yirgizu Amim Yosef Kruvim Tanud Haaretz. Exalt Adonai our God and bow towards God's holy hill, for Adonai our God is holy. Mitzvot Nedarim. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain. Adonai Yivarech et Amo V'Shalom. Welcome the Shabbat Bride, page 138. Lechaduni likrat kala yalala 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 k'nei Shabbat v'chavetla. Lechaduni likrat kala yalala 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 k'nei Shabbat v'chavetla. Tamur v'nadur v'dibur echad Yishmianu Elamim Yuchad Shabbat Day, page 140. Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Toledo L'Adonai, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon, L'Hagid B'Boker Kasdaka, Ve'emunatecha B'Reilot, Alei Asor Alei Nabel, Alei Higayon B'Chinor, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Toledo L'Adonai, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Zomachani Adonai b'po'alecha, B'ma'aseh yadecha ranen, Ma'gavlu ma'asecha Adonai, Me'oram kumat shebotecha, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Toledo L'Adonai, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon, U'Lisamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Yishbali D'Zila Yavin Et Zot, Tzadikat Ha'amar Yifrach, Ke'erez B'Adam Yizkesh Etuvim, B'Beit Adonai, B'Chatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu, O Nirnu B'Se'eva, T'Shenim T'Rananim, Yehiyu L'Hagid, Ki Ashar Adonai, Tzuri Tzuri, V'lo Avlat Avon, L'Malachim L'Lavin. Page 263. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabban, Yamad Rasher Tevi Amlit Malchutei, V'chayet Olam Yom Echon, U'chayet Chovei Yisrael, B'agava, B'agava, U'vizman Karim, V'yemeru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevorah, Ve'olam Lo Me'amaya, Yisbarach, Yisbarach Yishtabach, Yisbarach V'troman V'naseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemer Kudsha, V'ridu Leila Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushechata V'nechemata, Damira V'alma, V'yemeru Amen. You rise as able for Baruch, page 264. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Adonai, Amarivarani. It's 366. Ahavat Olam Israel, Ahavta, Torah Mitzvot, U'Mishpatim, Otam Limadecha. Okei Adonai Eloheinu, Tzofeinu Lechumeinu, Nasiach Bechukecha, V'nismach V'divrei Toratecha, U'Bemitzvotecha, Le'olam Va'ed. Kihem Chayenu, Ve'oret Yameinu, U'Ba'em Negel, U'Ba'em Negel, Yomam V'Layla, Ve'Lakal V'Sir Mimenu Olamim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 267. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la And you shall love with all your heart, your soul, and with all your might. And you shall teach your children to hope, to love, and to know what is right. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. 268. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'kol levavecha, v'kol nafshecha, v'kol mechodecha, v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzaveka, hayom al levavecha, v'shinatam levavecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha v'beitecha, u'v'lechtecha ha'vaderech, u'shofecha u'mecha, u'kshartam lo totafot peinetecha, uchafam al mezuzot beitecha, ubisharecha. Lema'an tizkeru v'asitana kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim lechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, li'ot lachem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, amen. Moshe Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'amru kulam v'chamochar. Song of Liberation on the Shores of the Sea, page 270. V'chamocha balim Adonai v'chamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot oseh pelet nora tehilot oseh pelet. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Malchutecha rahu b'hanecha bokei hayam b'ifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze'eli anu de'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Won't you help us sing these songs of freedom, these songs of freedom, redemption songs. V'ne'amar ki chadal Adonai Yaakov v'lo mi'at chazak mimenu Baruch Adonai Ka'al Yisrael. Ashkivenu, a prayer for peace, a prayer for shelter, is 271. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu l'shomrenu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily rough for prayer, O Adonai. Amen. 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 272. V'shamer Reuben Yisrael et Hashamat la'asot et Hashamat v'dorotam berit olam beini u'bein bnei Yisrael oti le'olam le'olam Yisheh yamin asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz u'bayom hashemi Shabbat vayinach. We rise as able, page 273. Adonai Sevat Giftatu V'Yagita Ilatecha Adonai open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Eloheinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaTorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Be'Kolei HaTov, Be'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imachot, U'Mevi'u Elohim B'neihem, L'man Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Baruch atah Adonai, Magi Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Adonai Le'olam Adonai Mechayim Itim Torah Moshiach Mori Avraham Mechalchel Chaim B'Chesed Mechayim Itim B'Rachamim Rabim Zomer Noflim B'Revet Olim U'Matir Asurim U'Mechayim Emunato V'Shenei Afar Mikamocha Al Geburot U'Midol Melech Melech Yemid U'Mechayeh U'Matzmiach Yeshua Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayim Hametim. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Continue on our own the rest of the Tefillah, the Hebrew or the English, through page 282. Or your own heart's prayers and meditations. When you finish, you may be seated. We give thanks for big occasions, life cycle events. We give thanks for small but meaningful things along the path of our week. So I invite anybody who has anything you are celebrating or thankful for. John?
I just walked for my graduation. I am now doctorable.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
That-
I gotta thank all of you who helped me this week.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know how I would have done it, but the fact that I can't tell you how much it means.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We got food for days, it's great.
I'm grateful for this weather.
For the weather.
For the weather, for the sunshine,
Yeah.
finally warmer. For all these things, for all that we are.
Rabbi,
Oh, yes, Paul.
well, in the last 2 weeks, I had 2 tiny minor operations, both successful, and I'm so glad.
Oh, good, okay. So, for this and for all that we are grateful for, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. We give thanks to Eternal One Creator, the Sustainer and Source of life. May we go from strength to strength, and may we offer our abundant gratitude for your many blessings along the way. And let us say, Amen. And Paul will keep you in mind for continued healing, too.
Thank you, thank you.
Prayers for healing, Mishaberat. Invite people who have names of folks who are holding close for healing.
Gil Spicer, and my daughter Elizabeth Gary Stokes.
Tom Matthews, who's the grandson of one of my dear friends, who's in ICU.
Mary Hannah, my mother-in-law.
Vicky Shear, David Martinez.
David Galevian, David Ben Yosef, Arlene Barging. For these and for all who are in need, please join Misha Berach, page 371 in your seat in the middle of the page. Misha Berach Imotenu Mehor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mehor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Very fast.
The Torah portion for this Shabbat, Kiddushim, is at the geographical and ethical heart of the Torah. It's at the center of the scroll, the center of our liturgical year, as we're pretty much halfway between one Rosh Hashanah, one new year, and the next. It contains a reiteration of all of the 10 utterances or 10 commandments, as well as the call to strive to be holy, Kedoshim Tihiyu, which gives it its name. It is also summed up for the rabbis in perhaps the best known line of the portion, and one of the best known lines in all of the Hebrew Bible, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. Or as Hillel interpreted it, do not do to others that which you would not want done unto you. But at the heart of this portion, that is at the heart of our tradition, and that verse is also a long-running debate over its interpretation. A debate that serves as a kind of mirror or window into what Judaism essentially is and what our tradition at its core asks of us. On the one hand, there are many commentators, perhaps most of the traditional commentators, who look at this verse, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, and raise the question of who exactly are we commanded to love here? Who is the object of the term reacha, or your neighbor? Does it just mean those who are living in your neighborhood, your family, your extended family, your tribe? And there are many who say that while we are obligated to behave respectfully, compassionately toward all, that this commandment really only refers to our fellow Jews. That the obligation to love is a kind of tribal obligation. For these commentators, it is too much to expect us to act lovingly toward everyone. It is, and I will grant them a point with this, it is hard enough to love all of one's own stiff-necked people, as Dora repeatedly says we are. This is the dominant interpretation for most of Jewish history, and in some ways, perhaps, it makes very basic literal sense, because for most of Jewish history, essentially, our neighbors were our fellow Jews. We lived in ghettos and shtetls, where mostly there were strong boundaries between us and our non-Jewish neighbors, who mostly wielded the power. The people with whom we interacted day to day, hour to hour, all the time, were one another, our fellow people, our Jewish people. Yet even then, looking back hundreds of years, as is always the case in our tradition, there is always davar acher, another opinion. And this is the opinion of those sages who say that the obligation extends beyond our proverbial Jewish family to act lovingly to all of humanity. I say act lovingly because many have noted that we don't always feel love, right? We don't always feel love even to the people who we very dearly love. But even when we don't feel love, we can act lovingly. And so, say many of the commentators, especially those of the last 100 years, now, when we live among the nations, when our neighbors of people of all backgrounds, colors, creeds, religions, orientations, when we are global citizens in an increasingly small world, the imperative to live lovingly must expand accordingly. That our Jewish and perhaps our human survival depends upon this. And I will point to an inclination towards this ruling in a reading of the verse itself, a close reading of the actual Hebrew offered by Rabbi Leo Beck, the chief liberal rabbi of the Jewish community in Germany during the time of the Holocaust, who was given the opportunity to leave and decided he would stay with his people. He survived. Rabbi Leo Beck reads V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, not as love your neighbor as yourself, because he says you can't really love your neighbor as yourself, because you're different from your neighbor. As an example of what not to do with love your neighbor as yourself, I think back on my own somewhat narcissistic teenage years when year after year for Hanukkah, I always gave my brother a record that I really liked. When my brother's musical taste was wildly different from my own, and they all ended up in my record collection, right? I loved my brother as myself, but my brother was not me. And so Rabbi Beck says, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha can be read as not love your neighbor as yourself, but love your neighbor because your neighbor is kamocha, which is literally like you. Love your neighbor because she is like you. And how is she like you? She is a fellow creature made b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Love all of humankind, every human being, because every human being is a precious creature in the image of the Holy One. That is a deep challenge in these turbulent times. It is easy-ish to love the like-minded, to love our friends, our allies, those who live within our bubbles. But I do believe that our future, our collective human and our tribal Jewish future, depends on seeing those with whom we struggle, with whom we may have very core disagreements, as nonetheless kamocha, essentially like us, deserving of love, because they too are creatures of the Holy One. May we find it within ourselves to act lovingly, even or especially when we don't feel particularly loving. To act compassionately, even when we don't so much feel the compassion. And to extend that love and compassion to all, especially to those with whom we disagree. Can you hear us? Continue our journey from leaving Mitzrayim, our narrow place with our satyrs, to Mount Sinai, to receiving the gift of Torah by counting the Omer 7 weeks, 7 days of each, 49 days in the counting, with Yom Chamishim, 50, being Shavuot. Page 570, we'll continue our count. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Praise to you, Holy One, who hallows us with mitzvot, commands us to count the Omer. Hayom shmona asar yom shehem shnei shavuot va'arba'a yamim la'omer. Today is the 18th day, which is 2 weeks and 4 days of the counting of the Omer. We rise as able for Aleinu, page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, l'adegu alo yotzer reishit, shelo asam b'gei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachah, shelo sam kalkeinu kahen, v'kol now of our loved ones, of those whose death is recently taken from us, those who died in this season and years past, those we have drawn into our hearts together with our own. We remember on this Shabbat those of our congregation and community, family and friends who have died in this season and years past. We remember those who have died in recent weeks. Marianne DeShasso Holmes, mother of Randall Holmes, Judith Klein Garter, beloved member of our community, and Helen Salzberg, also longtime member of our community, of Debbie Holmes. Others we are remembering.
Mormon. Joel Voloshin.
Dr. Shear, Amy Munoz, Rebecca Kavanagh.
Judy Carter, Harry Herringer.
Zichronam Livracha. May their memories, the memories of all who have been precious to us, be for an enduring blessing. I invite the mourners and all whose custom it is to rise for Kaddish, page 598. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, me'alma v'yivrach yirteviam lich malchutei, v'chayei chon v'yonei chon, v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, v'adalah v'zman karim v'yivru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah morach v'elamol me'almaya, yivarach v'yishalach v'yichar v'yitramam v'yitaseh, Yikadar v'yikaleh v'yithalal shemei v'kudusha v'rechu, le'elam yikol v'yirchata v'yirchata, tushkachata v'nechemata, ta'amira me'amam v'yivru amen. Yehi shalom rabbah v'shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yivru amen. Say shalom v'yirumav, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yivru amen. May the one who makes peace on high, let peace descend on us, on all Israel, on all the world. May comfort be with all who mourn. Let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Amen. We're going to do Kiddush outside, I think. I think we're set up outside on this beautiful day. So please, immediately after our closing song, join us outdoors. Bless over our wine and bread. If you have dinner reservations, please join us for dinner. Thank you to Eddie and Isabel for dinner. If you're joining us for dinner, make sure you thank them. And thanks to Eddie too for setting us up. If you're joining us online, it's their packet. Yeah, good. We're going to end with Osei Shalom, which is on page 647. Oh, say
I'll see you across the way.
Everything turned out well,
Good.
and
Thank you, Paul. Shabbat shalom.
I'll see you
So
in the
you're
morning.
feeling good?
Two minor pieces of shrapnel, and I got infected.
How long's it been in there? A long time, right? Forever.
I was drafted.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Did they do it at the VA?
Yeah. Well, I didn't point to an LA once, right? I have everything ready for your, I get since you're leaving, I decided to put it in the package.
Oh, you are guilty, you're right.
And you can put it in on.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
A biblical theology.
I gotta
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Rabbi.
You look so cute. I was gonna put my clothes on in the car, but I knew that. That was nice.
No competition for the elevator tonight. huh?
Except that I set it back down and now I gotta wait for it to come back up.
The waiting is the hardest part.
Right. I can handle it. That's the biggest challenge I face today. It's a good day. Now, if you stall long enough, I might be able to make it over there for...
You also don't have to go as far, right? You don't have to go outside.
Right. But you guys always start ahead of me.
Outside and not inside. Shabbat shalom. How are you? I am well. How are you? Very good. Good. A map.
Mallet, thank you. And they're made of plastic, and they're, different colors, and they're the right size for a child to have. And when we